Welcome to podcast 68 of the welcome to episode 68 of the Quizzicast.
You already fucked it up.
Well, I fucked up the number too, so welcome to episode 34.
33.
Oh,
so close.
33.
Yep.
So close.
Right.
Yep. The episode is already a train wreck. The first episode on Discord is already
And I'm Logan.
Out. I'm Matt. Are we doing the thing we did last time where we each make up a last name for ourselves?
Oh, I forgot about that. I'm Logan Fitzpatrick. I'm
Matt Despacito.
No, I refuse to be a part of this. I'm Sandy Focusrite.
Okay. This is so sad. Arduino played Despacito.
Arduino?
Yeah, that's what the video was, right?
I thought it was Alexa.
I mean, that makes more sense, but he was using an Arduino in that.
Oh, hey, this is so sad.
Exactly. Yeah, Logan doesn't know what this is.
Yeah. Stop creeping my YouTube likes, Matt.
This was established long ago. I have that playlist saved, and once in a while I see you've added more stuff to it. And it's like my little personal, what's that subreddit called? YouTube poop? YouTube haiku? It's my own like personal YouTube haiku. I mean, that's basically what it is.
No, YouTube poops are a thing. Do you not know, Logan?
No.
YouTube poops are where they take an episode of something or like cutscenes from a video game and they cut them together to make different things, you know? Like
YouTube poop.
Yeah, they just fuck with episodes of. I think it was like that's the old animated Sonic show is a big source of that.
Oh right, and the Fresh. What did they call it? But it was based on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It was the Fesh Pince of Blair.
Right.
Is what the YouTube poop is called.
Yo, Chi, can you make me a sandwich?
No. Yeah. Anyways,
I don't feel like explaining these. This is nobody understands. So I'll just link it in the show notes. This is the first episode we're recording on Discord. Scheduling has been difficult, and we decided it would be better if, at least for now, we started recording these through Discord. So we'll see how it goes. It should be interesting.
I am dozens of miles away.
Yeah, literally dozens.
Literally dozens.
Yeah, what'd you guys get up to? It's a spooky time of year. It's the spooky time is upon us. Yep, it looks like that. Sandy's
spooky.
Sandy's already forgotten that this is a podcast.
Yeah, not a video cast.
Video, yeah. Nobody. We can see the video, but the audience does not. But yeah, I think so far the video is kind of helping with the, not being able to see each other's body language problem that you run into when you record things online.
Yeah. Anyways, spooky. Did you guys do anything spooky?
We did some spooky things. We went to Moloch's place and we had a spooky Halloween party.
It was spooky.
I drank a little too much. almost left my beanie behind.
That's the spookiest thing you can get yourself into.
I left my umbrella there. I was very sad. I have to get it tomorrow.
You left your umbrella?
Yeah.
Oof. Are you doing play testing tomorrow?
Yeah, so I'll just pick it up then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will too. So I'll probably see you at that. Yeah.
Sweet.
Spooky things. I didn't dress up this year, and I'm kind of sad about that because I like to normally, but I just didn't really have time to put together a costume this year. Yeah. What about you guys?
No.
Do you not?
I mean, I'm terrified of trick-or-treaters now that I live in an apartment, and I'm like, oh man, there's children that live in this building, and I don't know what I'm going to do if they knock on this door wanting candy because I already ate all of it, and I don't know what to do.
They say trick or treat, and then you just scream as loud as you can and shut the door.
I just break down crying. I say it's all gone.
I didn't buy enough, and then you just
it's but in an apartment, I can't turn the light off outside to signal that this apartment doesn't give out candy.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
You kind of lose that.
It's just
when you don't.
They're just
live
going to
in a
knock
house.
on every door, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta ignore the knocks.
Just put a sign outside.
That's terrifying, though. What if it's the cops?
Then they'll say, "Police, let us in."
What if they're kids pretending to be cops?
Yeah, like it's an 8-year-old dressed up as a cop.
Then you're fucked. So
Yeah.
Well,
then
that's
no one can help you.
worst case scenario. Yeah. I feel like you're more likely to see a kid dressed up as a firefighter or something, though. I feel like cop is a less common costume.
Yeah, they only got scary in the past couple of years.
Right? Yeah.
That's
Actually, I don't know if that's entirely true. I feel like
Halloween hasn't been scary
for
until
certain
the last,
groups of people. Cops were always scary.
It's like, were zombies scary before there were zombie movies? You know, who can be sure?
Before there were before you had your Romero movies, zombies were like a very different thing. They were like a kind of a voodoo, like folk legend kind of monster. They weren't like these walking corpses. So I don't know. I guess that would just be like really scary, just on the basis of like that person's dressed as a walking corpse, and like this isn't in like I've never seen this before. This hasn't been done. This hasn't been like excessively done in Hollywood yet. I don't know. Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any. I was like kind of tempted to go out to like Bed Bath and Beyond and just literally get a bed sheet and cut some holes out and just go as a bed sheet ghost. that was kind of the plan, but I don't think so. I mean, I don't even really have anything to dress for now except for I guess like work. But yeah,
dude, you got to dress up for work, man. Otherwise, you'll be shunned.
That's true. Everybody in the company will shun me. Literally everybody else will be dressed up, and it'll just be me. That'd be funny though. Like if I was like a bedsheet ghost, just sitting at my desk typing. This like that's like it's a good image. I think. Yeah, I didn't even really have any costume ideas. I went as what are you doing, Sandy?
Just continue.
Okay. It just looks really funny.
I know. Just continue.
I went as his name. He's got a weird first name. Rual.
His name Jeff?
No. Rual Duke from the main character from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is who I went as last year, and that turned out pretty well.
Hunter S. Thompson?
I mean, that's who he is essentially, but he has a fictional name in the book.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. His last name's Duke. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I think
people just call him Duke.
I think that's what he gets the hotel room with, like the name.
Oh, like you think it's like a fake alias? I think his name. I thought his name still was Duke. I mean, I know it's him, but like this character is a stand-in for Hunter S. Thompson, because
I disagree.
I think
yeah, me too.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is. I mean, we can fact check it. We can look it up.
It's not a fact. It's a democracy. Okay, you're outvoted. You're wrong.
Yeah. This is a court of public opinion, and
also
exactly.
Like I'm just gonna go ahead and plug Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's a good book. I recommend it.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting book. Well, like the reason I think it is this way is I remember reading this and the whole. Like a big part of the book is that it was half of it was fictional, half of it was Hunter S. Thompson's real experience in Vegas when he went on that trip, and they just kind of the real and the fictional melded together, and you didn't really know what was what. So so it was just I mean, like I don't think his real life like doctor or lawyer rather was named Dr. Gonzo, or maybe it was. I don't know. Hard to say.
I mean. I'm pretty sure it was all true.
Yeah,
right. All the lizard people at the bar. He was attacked by bats out in the desert.
Yeah. That part seems pretty believable. Yeah. You ever been attacked by bats in the desert?
Every other day.
I mean,
yeah, every other. You're like
out on even days
out
though.
In Cologne every other day. It's a rough commute.
Rough.
Rough
is the word I would use. Yes.
I mean, Sandy, like you pretty much just are casual Aquaman. Like Aquaman. Can we
stop
casual
with the Aquaman stuff? I get it. I'm Aquaman. Relax.
I'm surprised you didn't bring it up because you talked like forever about doing an Aquaman costume.
Yeah, but I didn't have time to get swole enough for it, Matt.
Yeah, but you could still you could go as Aqualad. We talked about that too. You could have been Aqualad.
This is true. Yeah, I don't know, but Aqualad isn't a real thing right now.
But you can make it. You can be the first. You could be the first Aqualad.
If they put the call out for an audition, I'd definitely audition just for the hell of it. Be like, yo, look at me. And then they'd cast me right away.
Yeah. This spitting image. Is it spitting image or splitting image?
Spitting.
It's spitting.
Spitting? Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. This isn't the first time I've said the wrong phrase on the podcast before.
Splitting image.
Splitting? Well, because because you can have because when you say spitting image, it's that person is the spitting image of this person. They look exactly alike. So splitting, you have two, and I don't know.
Right,
I don't know. I think we're really splitting hairs here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Spitting hairs or splitting hairs?
Spitting hairs. Sorry, I meant spitting hairs.
Anyway, so Halloween's been pretty spooky, right? I don't know. I was also going to stream some spooky games, but I might not get around to it. I was going to play OK Normal, actually, because that went on sale for $3. So I picked it up and still haven't played it yet.
If you play that, you have to tell me about it.
Okay, I will. If I do, it'll be soon. It'll probably be a night of. I'll just decide, let's stream some spooky games. And it'll be this one, because I don't know what other spooky games I have right now that I haven't played already.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played a scary game in ages.
No?
I don't really want to. Yeah.
What was the last?
Feel like it.
What was the last scary game you played?
Probably SOMA, and it wasn't even that scary.
Yeah, it was more.
I mean, it was scary at points, but it definitely wasn't the main idea.
Yeah, well, it was for me, and I think a lot of people, the horror came from the story, and it just being a good science fiction story, and good science fiction just kind of gives you that feeling of hair standing up on the back of your neck. I find so it definitely did that for me, but yeah, the moment to moment, okay, a scary monster has shown up now. Now you got to crouch for a while and avoid it. Yeah, that part was more annoying than anything, I think.
And sometimes you crouch bad and then you die, and that's the worst. I hate crouching bad.
Yeah, crouch bad.
I just did a bad crouch, and then the monster got me.
Crouching foul.
Bad. Yeah.
Now I got to play that 5 minutes again. Love it.
Yeah. I will say the way that something I loved about SOMA and I think has been in actually every single game that Frictional has made so far. This might be a minor spoiler, I guess, if you haven't played SOMA. I know the game's been out for 3 years now or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Spoil it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on sale on the Steam Halloween sale right now.
I'll give the spoiler warning anyway, but yeah. I mean, the game's been out for a while. You should have played it by now. But skip 5 minutes ahead if you don't want to hear this. I love how the game is you're slowly descending deeper into the ocean, and you're working towards the last hour or so of the game takes place in the abyssal zone at the very bottom of the ocean where it's just pitch black. And it's cool how that mirrored Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Obviously you're going deeper and deeper into this castle. Penumbra did a similar thing. You started descending into this mine, this mine system, and then it started going deeper and deeper. I like how that's a common theme in Frictional's games, because I've always liked.
So you're accusing Frictional games of being uncreative and redundant? That's what I'm getting.
So I like it. I like it though. I'm biased because I have always liked the idea of the downward spiral or the descent into darkness / madness as a storytelling device. I've always really liked that.
Both Amnesia and SOMA execute it really well.
Yeah, and the tone, the atmosphere that's when you're at the bottom of the ocean in SOMA is perfect. I love the tone that the game has when you finally reach that point, and the elevator ride you take to get down is great. It's great. The elevator ride is a very somber moment in the game. And has one of what I think is one of the best dialogue exchanges in the game, and is really great. And then after that, it perfectly then opens up into the darkest and just creepiest part of the game, at least thematic. in terms of like setting, I guess, like where you are. Yeah,
that's the dialogue. I guess more spoiler. That's the dialogue specifically right after the switch, right?
Yeah. So it's when Catherine's talking about Catherine and Simon are talking about. I can't remember if I wonder if there's a point in the dialogue where Simon talks about he kind of reflects on how much of his identity as a person is tied to Toronto, the place that he grew up. Not because he misses it necessarily or because he misses his family and friends, but because in Toronto he knows where he fits in. I don't know if this was the same exchange, if this was the same moment of dialogue.
I think I remembered this dialogue because it was pretty much the moment I started hating the main character. Like the main character's a fucking idiot in that game, and it's super. From that point on, it's frustrating to play as him because you don't want. Well, I didn't want to be him anymore.
He's not the brightest bulb for sure.
Yeah,
and that continues up until like the very last moment of the game.
Yeah, I like screamed at the last moment of the game, going, "Of course this was going to happen, you idiot!"
Yeah, and like,
why are you surprised by this?
And like the best you can do as the audience is say, well, "Oh, I don't know, he's been under a lot of stress. Like this has been all very traumatic." So
no.
But yeah,
I've been under stress. I was trying to crouch right that whole time. I can figure it out. Okay, and he's
worrying about
the
crouching
same amount
bad.
of stress as me. Yeah, and he was just like, I mean, fuck that, man.
Maybe Simon was even more worried about crouching bad. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. But I mean, he doesn't exist, so fuck that.
All right, I think our 5-minute spoiler section is up. So, hey, if you still haven't played, if you still haven't played SOMA and you like science fiction, in the same vein as stuff like Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and just any science fiction that deals with consciousness, fucking go play it, because it's great how well that game tells this story that's been treaded by a lot of science fiction writing, but it incorporates its own mechanics and tells it through the gameplay in a really great way. There's like,
and it has this like, and one really key thing is that they really improved upon one aspect of the game that Amnesia was super lacking in, and that was the main menu.
Fuck. I think the Amnesia menu is better. So
I mean, you're wrong.
Logan, we didn't have to go back to this. You didn't have to do this. We could have just.
I can't wait for Frictional to release another game, and we're gonna just do an entire episode where we just sit on the menu and talk about how much better it is than Amnesia: The Dark Descent's menu. Right, it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a special we'll do Amnesia cast.
Yeah, we'll do a deep dive. We'll make a whole like spoiler cast.
We'll figure out what font they're using. Yeah, it'll be great.
All right, yeah, go play SOMA. That's a good spooky game for Halloween. Yeah.
There's our spooky quota. Good job, guys.
Spooky quota. Yep. Okay.
On to American Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh shit. You mean fake Thanksgiving? The one that's not real because it's not in October? What?
I want to talk about spooky stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I watched season 2 of Castlevania on Netflix.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what's season 1 like?
Season 1's pretty good. It's 4 episodes, and they're very short. They're like 25 minutes each. And it's just introducing you to the world, in a sense. And Trevor Belmont is the main character, and then he meets Sypha, and they ended season 1 after meeting Alucard. Right. And then season 2 picks up. Like, they gotta go kill the motherfucking Dracula.
And then Alucard's just like, it was me, it's my name backwards.
Yeah. Well, and then the season ends.
Yeah. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Even my immediate family bought it. Yeah. No, but I liked it. I think it follows the story of Castlevania 2. I haven't played any Castlevania games, but I'm very
I mean, the early ones were like NES games that didn't have great stories, honestly. So,
but I think Castlevania 2 is the one that they modeled it after, where you can switch characters in it, I think. And
Castlevania 3 was one you could.
Yeah, Castlevania 2 is Simon's Quest, the one that's really bad.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about 3. Yeah. 2 is Simon's Quest. Yeah. 3.
I'm kind of tempted to play 2, to be honest.
Yeah.
So am I, honestly.
Yeah, kind of.
3 is the one where you play as Trevor and you can switch between sci-fi and Alucard.
I think so.
And
Yeah,
those are the 3 characters that go to fucking destroy Dracula.
Yeah, it's the one that the bloodstained thing was based off of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's very gory.
Gross.
Oh yeah. Is there a lot of whipping happening? Is there a lot of whipping action?
Oh yeah.
Lots of whippings.
Right on, bud. Right on.
You know,
how many full chicken dinners do they eat?
I don't think they have any chicken dinners.
They don't have any.
Speaking of chicken dinners.
Oh
fuck.
Uh-oh.
Battle royales. You want to learn how to play those?
Oh my god! Are we
segue?
We're halfway into it.
Are we doing it now? I don't think we are halfway. I think that's
okay.
But I mean, if you wanna crack that open now, we can do it.
That's as good a segue as we'll get.
Yeah, it's true.
You're right.
It's true. We're not gonna get a better one.
I did want to do it later, but with a segue that good, I don't think we can refuse the call. The call to arms. Okay.
So,
do you want to introduce this, or should I? Should we just open up the link so that we're all on the same page?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna do that as well. All right. So this is something that Sandy sent us in our group chat 3 weeks ago. At this point, it's been.
I think it's been more like a month. Yeah,
it's been simmering there for. Holy shit! I just noticed the original price on this too. Holy shit!
Yeah. Well, that's obviously never going to be sold at that price, right?
Yeah. Good lord.
Like that's.
It's always
for $205.
That is a hefty discount. Okay, so
and this is just fundamentals.
so Sandy sent us this link to a page on Udemy. I've never been to this website before, but it's basically a what's the other. There's a lot of websites like this. There's
Coursera, edX, those kinds of things. Skillshare, I think.
Skillshare is the other one I was thinking of. So websites where you sign up and for a certain fee you have access to all these courses, all these videos that. For the most part, they're all very professionally done. It's a place to learn how to, you can learn video editing at these websites. You can learn all sorts of different skills. Anyway, so Sandy sends us this link to one of these courses, one of said courses, and all he said was for the podcast was all he wrote for context, and the name of this series, I can't tell if it's a course. I guess they call it a course.
Yeah.
Fortnite Fundamentals, Strategies, Mechanics, and Game Analysis. Improve your weapon optimization, game mechanics, and micro/macro knowledge from partner Twitch streamer Diego Contra, who I've never heard of, but I assume, he's a partner streamer, so I assume he's at least fairly popular on Twitch.
In bold, he is in the top 1% of players in terms of wins and kills.
Okay.
He's even achieved as many as 20 plus kills in many of his games.
Wait. Logan, I think you're neglecting to mention something.
Am I?
The thing you just said is written in first person. So
yes, it is.
The sentence is, this puts me in the top 1% of players in terms of wins and kills, which sounds way worse than another person describing
it does
you as a Fortnite player. So it's his I guess autobiographical blurb on this course website, and I think
it's very good.
It's way more obnoxious.
He's got to list his credentials out though, so people know that they're getting advice from an expert. They need to know that he's qualified to teach them about Fortnite fundamentals.
Yeah, they're
mechanics and game analysis.
I was on the fence about him until I read the sentence, you won't be looting and camping for 30 minutes just to get taken out by an enemy that you never saw. Just pure action and high octane gameplay.
Wow.
And only the pure action and high octane gameplay is bolded, which is good because that's the only part I read initially. And then I had to get the context.
Where is this? Where is it's under see more. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a whole lot
man,
here.
there's a lot. I don't think we can read through all of this, but we can skim it, I guess. But
I mean, he had his mastery. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll read it in his first person. My mastery of the game, combined with my degree in education, makes me the perfect instructor to teach you everything you need to know about Fortnite.
And
That's kind of cool.
education is capitalized,
that's
like a degree as an educator. Is that what he means?
Yeah,
I guess.
Hashtag get the teachers pay it so they don't do shit like this.
He has a biography underneath all of this. My name is Diego. I am a partner
That's
Twitch
the one,
streamer
yeah.
creating content under the name Diego Contra. He sung with the Opera Memphis. That's kind of interesting. He's a singer.
Where is this?
This is like
right at the bottom.
below, yeah, like right above student feedback. We'll definitely have to look at student feedback later.
Yeah.
We need to know because listen, if we're gonna spend 15 whole Canadian clams to watch this guy talk Fortnite at us, we need to know
an hour and a half.
We need to know that we're getting the real deal here. All right, I need to be guaranteed real Fortnite fundamentals, strategies, mechanics, and game analysis. All right. So do you want to? So do we preview the course now?
Oh right, yes, we're gonna watch.
Real quick. I'll also point out this course used to be $205 Canadian dollars. Is now down to you can now purchase it for 15
for 1.5 hours of content.
Yeah.
1.5. You're paying $205 for about a movie's worth of Fortnite gameplay footage.
Yep.
Okay, so do we
Two
preview this
days
now?
left at this price. This is going to go back up in price. This isn't a permanent discount.
No.
It's only 93% off for a little while longer. So
Yeah, and then it's going to go to 92% off and then back to 93% off.
so if you want to get in on this, do it now, I guess. All right. Should we sync this up so we're previewing it at the same time?
Sure, yeah.
All right. Let's do a countdown on 0. I'm gonna count from 3,
Okay.
and on 0. Actually, I'm gonna like make sure that my playback header is at the very beginning first.
So are we previewing the first video and the sample videos?
I guess
Yes.
so. Is there a preview for each one, or just the first one? Oh no, okay, they're all free sample videos.
I kind of want to go to Fortnite 101.
Is there a course called Fortnite? Or it's okay. That's
It's in the sample videos.
Yeah,
there
I think
are
let's just
6
do
of
that
these. I think we should do all of them because they're all only like 40 seconds long.
This is true.
I
mean, and then we're
want to
just-
get the
but,
full
like-
breadth of this man's knowledge. Is what I'm saying.
Like for the podcast, how are they? They're not going to be able to hear the video.
I'll put it in. I'll put it in post.
Okay.
Well, I'll do that.
Okay,
I maybe for next time if we do something like this again, I'll be able to feed it through the mixer or something.
Right.
But for now, I'll just add it in afterwards. So if you're listening, it doesn't matter if you're listening to the audio or the video. You'll be able to hear this. And because these are free public sample videos, I think I'm allowed to put these in the video version of the podcast.
All right.
So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll get this sneak preview from the one and only, what's his name again?
Diego Contra.
Diego Contra. Here you go. Should we do it now? Is everybody
Yes.
on the first
Yeah,
video?
I'm ready.
Ready to go.
Yes.
Fortnite Fundamentals, Strategies, Mechanics, and Game Analysis. On 0, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's up, guys? I'm Diego Contra, partner Twitch streamer. Do you want to get better at Fortnite? I've
This guy's
been
a
playing
wonderful
Fortnite
voice.
since launch, and I'm ranked in the top 1% of players in both wins and kills, with several hundred victory royales and as many as 20 kills per game. Whether you're a new player or simply trying to improve, I'm here.
He has
to
a
help
very
you.
expressive
My course
face.
is the only one-stop shop for everything you need to become a skilled player. From
Jeez.
basics such as aiming and building mechanics to advanced strategies to help you get a leg up on the competition. If you want to become a better player, up your confidence, and outplay opponents, check out my Fortnite course today.
I
Like how
feel
nasal he is.
I feel like he should be telling me to get blue pages for him.
Oh man, he's a lot more energetic in
Did
this
you guys
one.
pause or are you guys still watching?
I'm still
paused.
going.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
No, I can go back.
Okay. I guess we could just watch them all the way through. Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Starting
God, we're
from
gonna be so
this
good
one.
at Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm excited. Between like these 6 40 to a minute second, 6 videos, each one 40 seconds to a minute long. I feel like I'm gonna learn everything I need to know to get 20 kills per match. I don't know.
Dude, I already get 20 kills per match. I'm trying to up that average.
Yeah, I've never played Fortnite. Never played it.
Yeah, me neither.
All right.
Dude, it plays on. You can play it on literally everything you own.
That's true.
Never played it.
Played on my Palm Pilot. It's gonna be It's gonna be the new Doom, the new benchmark.
Dude, I miss the Palm
TI-84.
Pilot. That shit was great.
I never had a Palm Pilot. Never played it.
My dad had one.
All right. I'm gonna play this again. 3, 2, 1, 0. Introduction.
Hello and welcome to Fortnite 101. My name is Diego Contra.
Fortnite?
I'm a partner Twitch streamer, and I will be taking you through this one-stop shop for
Me?
everything you need to know about
He really
Fortnite.
likes this
I've been
one-stop
playing
shop
Fortnite
thing.
since
One-stop
the original
shop.
release of the Save the World Early Access Beta. Once Battle Royale came out,
Save the
I
World?
hopped right on and have been playing it ever since. I'm ranked well in the top 1% of
God,
players
man, he
in
just
both
is saying the
overall
same shit he said
as
before.
high as 20 kills
Bro,
in the same
Yes.
game,
stop reading the
as well as
script. I can
wins
see
with
him
several
reading the
hundred
script.
I know, yeah, it's very
You
obvious.
can find me streaming at Twitch at twitch.tv.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Diego Contra, Twitter and Instagram at the Diego Contra, and soon I will be uploading to
The
YouTube as well
Diego
at
Contra,
Diego
by the
Contra.
way.
In this course, you will learn in a logical progression from the basics of what Fortnite is, how to optimize settings, the intricate properties of items, weapons, and materials, to advanced building and editing, overall game strategies, map rotations.
8-year-olds
and
are playing this
tactics to
game.
transform you
It's not that
into a
hard.
competitive contender, so you can start raking in those sweet victory royales. Just follow the instructions and activities detailed in this course, and you'll be contending against top Fortnite players in no time.
I'm all about that logical progression.
I thought he said an illogical progression,
The
but he
content
said
of this
in
course
a
will be
logical
divided
progression.
into sections ranging from the most basic information to advanced strategy, and then gameplay reviews to provide a real-world application analysis of the information covered throughout the course. In section 2, we
Oh,
will go
diagrams,
over what is
hello.
Fortnite, what
Guys,
is a
I hate
battle
this.
royale, understanding the user interface and
What?
optimizing settings and key
Guys, I hate this so
In
much.
section
Do you
3,
understand
we will
the
have an
user
overview
interface?
of every item in the game. In section 4,
God.
we will go over the general game mechanics such as loot spawning, item rarity, shooting, and
Llamas.
building mechanics. Section 5 features details pertaining to the properties of the storm, micro strategies to aid you in engagements and build fights, as well as macro strategies such as rotations and positioning.
Macro
Section
strategies.
6 will detail the intricacies of team
I need
play,
those
such as proper
microdose
communication and
strategies.
team synergy. Section 7 will cover advanced player mentality and strategies for the highest levels of play. Section 8 will be a review of a more average and casual player. And Section 9 will be a critical review and analysis of more advanced players. If you are a more experienced or intermediate
He's just eating a
Fortnite
shit
player,
ton while watching. He's
I
just
think he's reviewing himself when he said advanced
details prior
players.
to that should already be known by someone with reasonable experience with the game.
Didn't we already have this?
VOD reviews.
Fortnite is a free-to-play battle royale multiplayer
Okay.
online game playable.
You already
on
said
PC,
this.
Finally, I know what Fortnite is.
PS4, Nintendo Switch, and even smartphones, with cross-platform play available on most.
Oh, wow.
Recently, Fortnite has become a gaming cultural
good transition.
powerhouse, attracting gamers of all ages and walks of life. Fortnite's ubiquitous
Walks.
popularity has even attracted a wide range of celebrities, from artists like Drake, Lil Yachty, and Travis Scott, to athletes like Josh Hart and Juju Smith-Schuster. This popularity has culminated in Fortnite
Who are these
online
people?
content, collectively setting record-breaking
You guys even listen to Drake?
platforms such as Twitch and YouTube. Whether you're a casual or
No.
competitive player, Fortnite has something for everybody. Unlike other battle royale experiences, offers a fast pace so you can get in and out of the game without wasting precious minutes of gaming.
Precious minutes. I remember when I had to go gather my gaming minutes down in the game mines, you know, and then I came up and I would die right at the beginning of my battle royale match.
With several available
The worst.
modes, including solo mode, which is you versus 99 other
My
players,
precious gaming
duo
minutes.
mode,
All
which
of my
is you
precious
versus
gaming
teammates,
minutes gone.
squad
Gone in an
Every
instant.
precious gaming minute is bringing me closer to death.
Private lobby with up to 4 players with unlimited respawns. And there are also limited time game modes incorporated from time to time, ranging from 2 teams of 50v50, snipers only, explosives only,
Explodes
and even
only.
showdown modes with prizes depending on your placement.
Dude, these videos get so much longer.
Oh shit, we're at almost 3 minutes
Loot
now.
spawns in Fortnite
Yeah.
are
Oh, God.
designated on a game-to-game
Strap
basis
in.
by RNG, or random number generation. This
All right.
means that while there are designated places that loot can spawn, whether or not a specific chest will show up
What's
in your
with his
game is decided
nasally
by chance. Keep in
loot?
mind that weapons
He's
will
saying
always
loot?
spawn with a stack of compatible ammo next to it. If you see a weapon without ammo nearby, it means someone has been there. So watch
Shit,
your
guys, I
back.
just learned
Let's
something
go
about
over the
Fortnite.
different types of loot spawns in Fortnite.
Shit, guys, I just learned a thing about fucking
Shit,
Fortnite.
this course taught me something.
Shit.
By holding your use button briefly. Every chest will drop one weapon and either an auxiliary item, miscellaneous, or healing item as described in the previous section. Be careful not to break the ground or object under a chest, as that will cause it to despawn without dropping loot. Supply drops are big chests dropped out of the sky. You will hear a directional sound cue when one spawns in your area, and
Who's
you will
gonna
see
pay
it slowly dropping from the sky.
over
The landing site is
$200
shown
for
by a
this?
pile of
No one ever,
205.
because I don't think it's ever cost that amount of money.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna cost that.
Weapon with 2 stacks of ammo and a random assortment of
Shit, I just learned another thing from fucking this video.
Good, there'll be a quiz at the end of this podcast.
But enemy players as well. Llamas are few and far.
Llamas, there we go.
These purple buddies don't drop weapons, but they will drop a stack of every material, as well as an assortment of consumables, auxiliary items, and
Shit, I
traps.
keep learning
Llamas
things.
will drop their loot regardless of how they're
This
destroyed.
is not what I-
I didn't even know there's llamas in this fucking game.
No, neither did I.
There are vending machines that have a chance of
I
spawning
feel
vending
myself
machines.
getting.
areas
I
throughout
feel
the
myself
map.
getting better at
These will offer
flossing
you
just
a
watching
trade of
this.
one material type.
Flossing 101.
Dictated by the rarity
I'm one of the
vending
top
machines
flossers in
by the
North
color on
America.
the face
I've got over 100 kills in
There are also
flossing.
green ammo crates
That
will
puts
give you
me
a
in the
couple
top
stacks of random
1%
ammo.
of flossers in
Item
America.
rarity is denoted by
9
either
out of
its
10
color
dentists
on the
recommend
back or the
me.
color of the
Fuck did you
background
just
in your
say to me,
loadout.
kid?
The rarity from worst
I'll come
to
floss
best
your teeth
is
in your
as
house if you pay me
follows. Green
$205.
is uncommon,
I didn't
blue
even
is rare,
think of
purple is
you
epic, and gold
talking
is
about it in terms of,
legendary.
like,
The rarity
dental
corresponds
flossing.
Real
directly to the
flossing, yeah.
percentage chance the item will drop at any given instance. Every weapon in Fortnite comes in at least 2 types of rarity. The rarity of the weapon types affects properties such as damage per shot and reload time.
This is the longest
However,
3 minutes of my
the
life.
difference between rarities of weapons
I'm
are
done
vastly
watching this,
overrated,
actually.
as the amount of
Yeah,
shots
I'm-
and
We're
I
almost
hate
at the
this.
end.
I'm tapping
There's
out.
still another one.
We've come this far.
Goodbye. I'm not watching it
I
anymore.
need to see this through until the end.
Okay,
Oh.
we'll see
Much
this
better
through.
suited keeping
Okay.
a purple bolt over giving up good position.
Tell me when the next video starts.
Players to pick up a gold bolt, as the difference is only about 6 damage per shot and 1/10 of a second in reload time.
The next video has started.
Excellent.
Dropping and
Okay.
storm tracking.
Storm
Let's talk
tracking.
about
Here we
planning
go.
out your game of Fortnite.
Oh shit, it's
the
him.
bus will travel in a straight line across the play
Yep.
area as shown on the map from the second you join the lobby. Once you jump off of the bus, you can realistically reach any location.
I'm really
on the map
regretting
if you
doing
hold your
this.
parachute fast
Yeah,
enough.
this was a
Yeah.
bad idea.
This was
Bad choice.
this was a really good idea on paper.
Sandy, I hate you. You're the reason this is happening.
It's just torturous.
Over your desired location, waiting for your character to gradually drop down. For most people, this means deploying your parachute.
I thought it'd
later
be
than
more
you would
exciting.
expect.
He's
Keep
explaining
in mind that your parachute
the
deploys
game.
automatically when
He's
you are
making
certain
a supposedly
distance away from
fun
the map
video game
geometry
a
directly
dry
below you.
topic.
This
Yeah.
means that your
Yeah.
parachute will automatically deploy farther up if you are right above a mountain, as opposed to an area of
How
low
do you do
elevation.
this?
Where players go will vary heavily.
You took
from
this is how-
cheesecake.
Most people will go to the places
pissed all
closest
over
to
it.
the direct trajectory
You
of the
turn
bus.
cheesecake
Make sure to
into
make a mental
saltine
note of piss cake
crackers.
going forward. But
Yeah.
as a general
Piss
statement,
cake.
you will encounter
Piss cake.
more people
Right into
towards
piss
the
cake.
center of the map,
Metal
with
Gear
the
Solid
largest
Piss
portions
Walker.
of players landing at
If I
tilted
if I
towers.
paid $205 for this course, I'd be pissed right now. Because this man promised me pro Fortnite strategies, fundamentals, mechanics, and game analysis.
I mean, the reason you're not a pro is because you can't focus long enough to listen to this incredibly boring presentation.
This
of mechanics.
is true. This is true.
Right.
But he's explaining what I think most players will already know within the first couple hours of playing the game.
The game spawns closed. So if you see open doors and weapons without
Well,
ammo
he has a
next to
degree in
them, you can
education,
know
which
instantly
explains
that
why
it
he's
has
as
already
boring
been
as all
looted.
my teachers in high school.
More than a minute and 30 seconds from the time you're first able to jump off the bus for the first circle to form.
That's good.
Wait, what the fuck?
It's good that we got that in there. That person's stream alert. I assume that's his stream alert.
Yeah.
You'll have a long time between the formation of the circle and the storm.
Look at him
closing in,
building.
so make sure you take your time.
Oh,
to
there you
loot
go.
and
I have
gather a
seen
lot of
people build
materials.
like this
On
in
your map, you will
Fortnite.
see a faint
Yeah,
grid.
me
I think
too.
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, dude,
45
I build
seconds
like
to
this
run
in
a straight
Fortnite,
line
man. I'm
from
such a
edge
pro.
to edge of one block.
Is that a
When
micro
inhibited by
strategy or a
map
macro
geometry.
strategy?
Use this as a guide to know
It's
how
like a
much
Marco
time-
strategy.
You know what? I couldn't tell you.
Keep in mind that the circle very rarely closes evenly on all sides. This means that the closest side to the next circle will have less distance to travel, and the circle will move slower.
How much of this
on
do we
that
have
side.
left? Like
If
10
caught in a
seconds?
storm, you will take health damage
30
every second
seconds.
until you either get out or die. The first circle goes very
Get out.
fast as it travels a great distance in a short time, and you
Get out or
generally won't
die.
be able to outrun it. So make sure you allow yourself
That's-
a
that's-
decent
that's
amount
how
of
I live
time
my
to
life, you
make
know?
it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
As the circle
If you're
gets smaller,
uncomfortable
it
I
with
mean, he's-
something,
slower.
get
just
out
ex-
or
Be
die.
able to outrun it.
He's just
However, with each
explaining
subsequent
what the
circle,
fucking
storm
mechanic
will
of the
do
game
more and
is.
more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful not to get caught in it, particularly at the later stages of a game.
It's like, hey, you can play this game without a manual, but let me just be your manual.
Oh man, but the thing
God,
about
it's over, thank
like
you.
paperback game manuals is that like for me, and I think a lot of kids were like this. Like you went to like the video store, you went to like GameStop, EB Games if you're like us and live in Canada. You got your new copy of like fucking Pokemon Gale of Darkness or like fucking the new PlayStation game or some shit. Your parents drove you there to the store and you bought it, and they're driving you home, and you're like, oh fuck, I can't play it, but I'm gonna read the instruction manual because I'm so excited to play this game. That's more exciting than what I just watched. And also, like, they have like cool pictures. I don't know, man.
I mean, what he's told me is everything the tooltips in the game tell you.
Yeah, like things that
Except for the two things I learned about the llamas and the weapon spawning.
like. Why am I mad about this? Why am I so...
I mean, because we wasted so much time watching
Yeah.
it because of Sandy. You're not mad at this. You're mad at Sandy.
Mad at Sandy, yeah.
Right. So just
be mad at
direct your
Sandy.
Sandy in the correct place.
But I'm mad at him too. Like, if I was
Sandy, yes.
like, if I'm like, I'm a paying customer of Udemy.com, of this. What's I can't even talk now. I'm so flustered by this.
Udemy, by the way, sounds like a contraceptive device.
It does. You're right. That's very, very observant.
This trusted source of academic knowledge in a variety of different fields has promised me Fortnite Fundamentals, Strategies, Mechanics, and Game Analysis, and I received like, this is the game.
Yeah, that's
This-
a game analysis.
I guess,
He analyzed the
I
game.
guess so. Yeah, this is like, I assume if I purchase this course, I already have played Fortnite, and I'm like, oh, Fortnite is a game I enjoy playing. I want to get better at it. I want to become a pro Fortnite player.
Yeah.
I already know about.
Would
man.
Epic have to have signed off on this, you think?
No,
Because this is very poorly reflecting on their brand.
no, I don't think that's how that works.
You made a bad course about our video game. Take it down right now.
Yeah, no, I'd say that. Like,
to be fair,
yo,
there is
this
a
hurting our brand.
30-day money back guarantee. So
And this is a 1.5
do
hour
have
course,
that.
so
Yeah. So
blast through
yeah,
it, return
yeah.
it, you know?
You could just like unregistered hypercam to these videos and save them for later, and then just get your money back.
Put them up in 2007.
Yeah, exactly. You get a
Yeah, well-
by the way, you get a certificate of completion upon finishing this course, so people know that you're a professional Fortnite player.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm going to read
that's
some
all
student
red.
feedback.
That's all
me
education.
too. I think that's the natural next step.
Guys, it's not good.
There's some really positive reviews for it.
Everyone's really like nice and positive.
I'm gonna start reading. I'm
this
gonna
is all
start
fake.
reading these one at a time.
This is all fake.
I'm starting with one Gerald Horner.
Gerald?
I've
is
got
it
one
Gerald?
after
Gerald
you
Horner?
read that. I've got one that's very, very real and definitely not a fake review.
Okay, Gerald Horner says it's good information for novice gameplay. 2 stars out of 5.
Yeah, didn't like it. He's the lowest review on here, but there's a much better one from David Adkins, who has a photo. He looks like a very nice, like 30-something man. And he says, 5 stars, nice course, period. This gaming course is really amazing, period. This course suggests the best strategies, mechanics, and game analysis. Mechanics and game are capitalized, much like the title. This course is really helpful and informative, period. This course tutor presents this course in... Wait, this course tutor presents this course is really best way, period. He is experienced and engaging to us, period. Highly recommended for everyone, 3 exclamation points.
I just found it. Oh, okay. Yep.
It's very good.
He's also the only reviewer here with an avatar. For whatever that's worth.
The one above it is pretty good too. Allison Dell.
Oh yeah.
Great course for beginners of this beautiful favorite game.
Hell yeah.
Help you in your first steps of playing the game.
Fuck yeah.
I learned a lot of experiences from this course. Thanks, man. Space, period.
This beautiful the beautiful game of Fortnite.
Oh, there's a truthful review at the very bottom. There's no warm-up tutorials for build. I always lost in 1v1 build fight. Please add warm-up tutorials. Pro builder will easily beat a good strategy player with average building skill. No period, just a bunch of commas.
So you know it's real.
Is there a 1-star? There's no 1-star reviews, even though it says 5%. Course. 2 stars? Oh, that's Gerald.
Yeah, it's good information for novice gameplay.
The rest are all 4 and the pace.
It's a great course. It's a great course.
Aiden Yao says the pace was super fast, especially for a beginner play. Going through the weapons and items will require me to go back and read the transcript. Dude, he spent the first 3 episodes explaining the game, what Fortnite is. Here's the game. If you've played the game for half an hour, you know what all these things are. I'm not talking about
really fast,
these things.
Man.
The conclusion of all of this is that people are really dumb, and I don't like them.
All right, well, I just feel sad now.
Yeah, good job, Sandy. Thanks a lot for that.
Oh, man.
Now Matt's sad. Great job.
Man, there's more. Oh, fuck. There's more courses. The Complete Guide to League of Legends.
They're all $205 and then reduced to $15.
Oh my god, they are. A complete guide to Twitch streaming. Ninja's guide to Twitch streaming.
Ninja?
Yeah, Ninja's got a course apparently. Is it the real Ninja?
How about Japanese Alley 3D game environment creation?
That's very specific.
Very specific.
Wow.
Only 54 people bought that.
Compared to the
1,900 people bought learn how to freestyle rap like a pro, and write lyrics.
Are these all related?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's in students also bought.
I want to see if that...
You buy this course and then you go, man, I really want to learn how to rap.
Okay, well,
you floss,
I guess we know our audience now. All right.
Oh, there's also Tricks of Trump, his best manipulation techniques.
Oh, that's good.
What?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you everybody. That was
I hated that.
Fortnite Fundamentals.
So if you want to learn strategies, mechanics, game analysis,
yeah, you could
give our boy Diego Contra a shout, and he'll hook you up.
All right,
with just a description of what Fortnite is.
Thank you, Diego. You actually taught me about some things.
I know there's a llama in the game now.
Yeah, I didn't know about the llama.
I also know that there are vending machines, and that there are different vending machines with different levels of rarity that I assume give you different rare items. I also learned that the bus moves in a straight line across the map at the beginning of the game.
I learned that Fortnite's just a garbage game.
You don't have to play it now.
Yeah,
oh, whoops! I turned my camera off.
I kind of just got a description of what it is, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
I learned that guns actually spawn beside ammo that's compatible with them.
That's good. That's good to know.
And that if the ammo's gone, it means someone was there.
So be careful.
I didn't know that, and I actually learned a thing.
Yeah, shit.
I hate it that I learned something about Fortnite. I haven't played that game in a while, but now when I play it again... I'm gonna fucking
it
kick
all. I'm
ass. I will
surprised.
know.
All right. Well, on that note, any other enthralling video game discussion that we can have? Let's talk about a game that we really enjoyed, Logan. Let's
Dragon Quest 11. I agree. Now, I just picked up Dragon Quest 11 last night. I've played it for about an hour and a half, and I've made it to the first church, and I'm really enjoying it. The game's really beautiful, and you fight slimes. There's a dog in it. His name's Borf, or at least that's what I call him. And I love it. I love it so much right now. It's really nice. Yeah, I'd say that's it. All right, good podcast, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Catch you on the next one. Is that real talk? Is that the game that oh god, why have I forgotten his name?
Tim Rogers.
Is that the game that Tim Rogers always talks about being a great game?
He made a big video about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm glad we were able to mention him again on this episode of the podcast because I was afraid we weren't going to be able to mention him.
We met our spooky quota and we also met our Tim Rogers quota for the week. All right. I played a game last week that Logan you played also. It's called Return of the Obra Dinn.
It's a great game.
Would you care to discuss Return of the Obra Dinn with our great audience?
I'll discuss it if you're holding me hostage.
Yeah, I mean, let's dive into
Sandy's
it.
Sandy's upset.
We literally talked about this like last week. Like I did a 2-hour live stream of my first impressions of the game.
Right.
Took a break halfway through the stream to then text Logan and say, "Holy shit, this game is fantastic." But didn't want to say any more than that because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. So.
Right, so here we are.
Here we are. Here we be. This is us talking about. So Return of the Obra Dinn is the latest game by Lucas Pope, who you might know as the sole creator of Papers, Please, another great indie game that I recommend checking out. The great. What's going on? Did you get muted, Logan?
Nope.
Okay,
I was just being really quiet.
You just laughed really. It looked like you laughed really loud in the webcam, and then no sound.
No, I just did a quiet laugh. Did one of those quiet laughs.
It was super weird. So
just like
so Lucas Pope, creator of Papers, Please, the Soviet border officer simulator. Lots of paperwork involved. Great game. Despite how boring the setting and premise sounds, highly recommend playing that. So he created this new game.
You're now an insurance.
Now you're filling out insurance paperwork,
which is very good
for a ghost ship that has returned. So the basic premise of the game is you work for the East India Company, which I actually learned was a real trade company apparently that existed for a while. I didn't know that actually. But one of the company's ships has gone missing at sea. The Obra Dinn has been missing at sea for, I assume, does the game specify how long it was lost at sea for?
A few years.
I assumed it was a few years, and it drifts back off the coast of England. I think that specifically off the coast of Falmouth or something is the town. And so you are tasked with going out to this now empty ghost ship that has drifted back, and for the purpose of filling out insurance paperwork, you're assessing the damages and trying to figure out what happened to the ship and everybody on board. And just as you are boarding the ship, there's an old growly sailor type who's kind of rowed you to this boat. He's like,
a real salty dog.
I'm a salty dog, and he's got this chest on the boat that you then go down to open it, and within it is a book which looks suspiciously like a linking book from Myst as well. That got me excited when I first opened up that chest. You get a book that is mostly full of blank pages. And then you get a pocket watch. What's it called again? It's like
Death Time Watch.
We'll call it the Death Time Watch. It's got a fancy name.
Death Time Watch. Yes.
And the book essentially instructs you to figure out the fate of every single passenger on board the ship. And as you do that, more and more of this mostly blank book will fill itself out with each spread, each pair of pages describing the fate of everybody, of each individual person on board. So as you... So you're given this book, and it's very overwhelming at first. I open up to the first page, and there's a brief blurb from the mysterious person who you don't know who they are yet, but you later figure it out. You
have a name, and it's Henry Evans.
Henry Evans has given you this book and this pocket watch, and has instructed you to fill it out and discover what happened. And then you're just basically, a whole bunch of stuff is dumped on you. You're given a plan of the ship and all its decks. You're given a map, like a charter of the ship's course that it took through the ocean. You're given
bunch of sketches,
given a whole bunch of sketches of what all the people looked like a bunch of artist renditions of life at sea. And maybe most importantly, you're given a manifest of all 60 people on board the ship.
Yes.
With their names. You have a table with each person's name, their role on the ship, and then a column for their fate that is blank. And so you get on the ship, and one of the first things you see right outside the captain's quarters is a corpse just on the ground. It's more of a skeleton. It's more of a skeleton at that point.
Yeah,
it's been
spooky
picked clean.
Skeleton. We're back to spooky
times. It's a spooky skeleton. It's been mostly picked clean. And as you approach it, your character pulls out their death watch time thing, and if you click on the corpse, you then enter this like weird. You are essentially taken back to the moment that this person died. And you're taken to like, you basically get a replay of the last like 20 seconds or so of their life. It kind of depends.
Well, you get a replay of the audio.
You get a replay of the audio. Not the action itself, but the screen like cuts to black, and then you see the dialogue appear, like the text appearing on screen, and you can hear everything that's happening in the scene, like the sounds, the conversation the characters are having. And then it uncuts from black, and suddenly you are there in the moment that this...
like the exact moment the person died.
The exact frame that the person died, and you are able to move through this like you're like this little like frozen in time scene of their death, and observe everything that was happening the moment they died. So in this case,
then you have to do this for all 60 people on the boat.
All 60 people, and of course,
give or take a few.
So there are some people who just went missing. There are people who like fell overboard, and their deaths aren't. They aren't their own scene.
Like, you have to guess it there.
So there are some people who like mysteriously vanish, and so even though they don't have their own like murder scene to walk around in, you can kind of piece together what happened to them based on like partial information that you get from like a couple of scenes, or like if you see something happening like away from the scene that implies how they died, you can kind of take an educated guess and figure it out that way. And that's what you do for most of the game is you go to these different corpses, and you walk around these different scenes and observe, and the game gives you a ton of partial information and requires, like, it's very rare that the game gives you like a concrete piece of evidence like
this person's name is this. It's pretty much just the first 3 kills.
The first couple are easy. Like one of the first corpses you find is the captain's. It's very easy. Very
obvious. He's the captain,
there's only one captain on the ship, and this was who he was, and it's very obvious that this is how he died. So there are a couple like that are very easy to figure out, and like just to kind of like show you the ropes, just as a way to like get you into like learning what you're doing in this game. And then some become there are some fates that are very difficult to decipher.
Actually, it's interesting. So like I'd say the most interesting parts about this game aren't actually like the base mechanics of the game. Like it's similar to Papers, Please, in that if you describe the mechanics of this game, it sounds kind of boring, right? Unless you have a special like mind thing where you're like, oh yeah, doing mysteries by looking at pictures. Like a lot of the game doesn't sell itself well in description, but what really sells it, at least to me when I was playing it, was the like storytelling aspect of it. I wasn't expecting to be so engrossed with the story of what happened on the ship, and through all of these deaths you get this kind of story in reverse where you start at the end and then you work your way back to the beginning and then back to the middle. Like there's portions of the story that are left out as you progress through the game, and then you like the most important parts are what happened like at the climax, but you don't get the climax of the story until like the very end of the of finding out everyone's fates. So you have a pretty good idea going into the climax of what it's going to be, but then kind of seeing it all unfold is like a really satisfying resolution. Yeah,
definitely. It's really satisfying, like gradually getting all the pieces of it. It's a story that is told completely out of order in these like very tiny snapshots, essentially.
Yeah, and it has like this incredible sense of surprise too. He does such a good job of having no moving parts and yet still creating these like amazing moments of absolute awe. Like there are so many corpses that when you touch them and then you get brought to like their last moment, you're just suddenly like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then it slowly all starts building together, and it's amazing. Like it's an absolutely stunning use of like non-conventional storytelling, right? Where he's telling like this very complex story with 60 different characters.
Yeah, like a lot of moving pieces in this story.
A
lot of characters to keep track of, a lot of things that happened on this boat over the course of its journey.
And it's fun trying to figure out the allegiances that people had to each other on the boats. There's like, this is a really minor spoiler, but at one point there's like a mutiny on the ship, and you have to kind of figure out who's mutinying and who is like allied with the captain. And it like is really difficult to figure out like which people were killed by who, because you need to figure out which sides they're on. And that's like that is the least interesting like moment in the game. I'd say is the mutiny, but it's still really interesting.
There are a couple moments, and there's one that actually happens very early on, like within the first like 20 minutes or so, where you enter one of these I'm just going to call them like death snapshots, where something happens and like suddenly I'm like, oh fuck me, didn't expect this to be happening on the boat, like didn't expect the story to take this direction.
It starts out super strong. It hangs around just in that like kind of mystery moment for just long enough before kind of springing what is essentially like the pre-climax of the real linear story of the game, like right on you, and then it somehow manages to like top that past that, which is super cool. There's also like a bunch of weird like little jokes in there. This is a minor spoiler that doesn't spoil anything, but there's a barrel that's in the bottom of the ship that you can go and see the memory of, and it's a stowaway who got dropped while they were putting the barrels onto the ship, and he like died inside the barrel and they never found him.
There's a couple of funny deaths like that as well. There's one particular death that happens like basically at the very start of that climax moment in the story that you're talking about. The I don't want to give it away, but the death that happens at the very bow of the ship. That one guy.
That was kind of sad, honestly.
It was like darkly comedic, I thought.
I guess.
But anyway,
all death is funny to a certain degree.
There's also a lot of great moments, like the way, because the game is told in these snapshots, these little like moments in time, you oftentimes will not get all, in fact most of the time you will not get all the context for a particular scene until you then see the scenes around it, like the deaths that happen before and after that scene, because some of these deaths, like a lot of these deaths happen in like quick succession to one another, like they would have taken place over the course of like a couple hours of in-game time, but of course you're seeing like only like these eight moments. And there's a couple of scenes in particular, I won't give away what they are, but there are some great moments in the game where you walk around a scene and you think, oh, I know what happened. Like I can see that this person died in this way and it was because of this, and like, oh, of course, this is how it happened. And then you go to like the next scene or a scene after that, and there'll be like a little detail that's like easy to miss, and you notice it, and it completely changes the context. And suddenly like who you thought, like it changes the scene, and suddenly like you have to reevaluate what happened and make changes, and it's really cool. And even just like the very sometimes very small, easy to miss details the game gives you that you have to then use to figure out who certain people were, or to differentiate certain people, is just really cool as well.
Yeah, and I think like the one thing that really sold the game for me once I like got into the storytelling of it and everything, but I said this on Twitter as well, that there's this way that they confirm that your guesses for people are correct, and it's it checks that you've gotten 3 complete guesses correct, and then it will like confirm those 3 guesses. Right, so you're pretty much shooting in the dark with what you're pretty certain is right until you have actually solved 3 of them, and they do this for all 60 members, and it's like this genius way of making it so that random guessing isn't totally punished. Like you can kind of like work your guesses around it, especially near the end game, to like game the system to try and get the last few people. But it makes guessing very unoptimal and difficult to do. And it makes that moment when you do get all 3 right, it has this like little animation that plays where it goes along with the music, and it like stamps the guesses that you had that were kind of like attached on pieces of paper to the book. Yeah, and then it typesets them into the book. It's great.
So each spread that's dedicated to one of these characters, it'll show a blurry picture of them initially, of who they are in like the artist rendition. And
I hated that, by the way. Just like one thing is that they show a blurry picture when they think you don't have enough information to guess the person's name. Yeah. Right. But it will clear the picture when they think you do have enough information to guess the person's name. I hated it because it made me feel like a fucking idiot. It like unblurred so many pictures that I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to guess this guy's name?
There was and like the characters will have like basically 1 to 3 star rating. 3 being this person, it's very difficult to figure out who they were and what happened to them. 1 star being it should be easy, you should get it pretty quickly. There were like a couple of 1 stars that took me like until close to the end of the game to get.
Did you get Took Guy very early?
No.
Fucking Took Guy took me forever, and he was a 1 star.
Yeah,
and I was like, fuck that.
Now, given I realized that was kind of my fault, because I realized
there's a line of dialogue.
They give you his name, but I completely forgot about that. Like I missed it somehow, or like it like.
And I thought they were referencing someone else. It was because like I thought he was part of the mutiny at that point, and so I thought there was no way that he would be. I was completely confused about the entire mutiny scene. So in that scene where they say his name, I thought that he was the guy who caused the guy who is like dying to die. And so I thought like there's no way they'd be calling him over to help him out. And then I ended up like having to go back and find a bunch of shit. Yeah, and then but fucking Took Guy. And then I found Took Guy, and then that he like is so instrumental in so many other deaths that it's just like
everywhere.
This knock-on effect.
Took Guy is
he's fucking everywhere. Took Guy.
Took Guy is everywhere. Anyway, Took Guy, yeah, so you have to fill in the name and the fate, and it unlocks those. And you're right, I love that system. I initially thought that you would go through the whole game without getting any confirmation.
Oh god, that would be impossible.
Yeah, which I initially thought that would be interesting, because then like you would find out at the end, like you would basically
which ones you got right.
Yeah, and like the story would it'd be kind of like Papers, Please, where you have like multiple endings. But yeah, once I realized that was what the game was doing, like you would guess 3 and then it would lock those in and confirm them. I was like, oh yeah, this is a really good system. This is a way.
Have you seen the secret achievement?
No, there's 2. I think.
One's called Captain Did It.
Should we?
Don't worry, it does not spoil anything.
Doesn't spoil anything?
There's no plot points to this. Both of the secret endings both of the secret achievements don't have anything to do with the actual game.
Okay.
So Captain Did It is finish the entire game and just blame every death on the captain.
That's pretty good. What's the second one? Is that also
the second one's just leaving the boat early? No one does it though, so it's like one of the lowest achievements is like leave the boat early.
That's funny. Okay, fair. Yeah. I'm surprised we still, like, I thought this would be the first. I totally forgot to mention this, and I'm surprised that you didn't bring it up. The game also has a gorgeous 1-bit rendering style. Where basically it's a 3D game, and you move it around as a 3D space, but it looks like how you might imagine a full 3D game on a like old Apple II computer to look. If such a computer could support a fully 3D game, where every pixel in the game is either black or white. That's it. Or like as like it's two-tone. Just it's really, you can't really describe how it looks, but if you look at screenshots, you immediately understand. The game looks absolutely gorgeous as well, and like super unique. I don't think I've ever seen a game that looks quite like it does.
Yeah, then there's some amazing like animation effects that he does in it as well.
Yeah, it lends itself really well to the type of game it is as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. He did an incredible job with it.
Definitely.
Also, if like you're into sound design at all, holy shit,
sound design is good
really
too.
Good for sound design.
And you briefly mentioned it, how like in those moments where the game locks in your answers, and also in a lot of the early tutorial sequences where the game is kind of explaining what different parts of the book are for. Every single, like when text appears on the screen, when like something is highlighted, everything is synced up to the instruments, to like a string or something, and I love it. Like Papers, Please did the exact same thing. I love that Lucas's games all do that, where the music is synced with the animations in a great, charming way. Anyway, now that the two of us have gushed over the game for like a good 20 minutes, highly recommend. If you like murder mystery style games, or even just puzzle games in general, definitely pick this up.
I'm pretty sure it's the first game that's felt like an actual Sherlock Holmes game that I've ever played.
And I think
like
every other people have made that comparison.
Yeah, every fucking detective game fucks it up. Like they always basically have you guess the thing at the end, or you're not allowed to guess unless you've gotten all the clues, or like the guess only appears once you have gotten all the clues, like
or the answer is just given to you in some way.
Yeah, exactly. Like this one, it truly is like the entire game is you trying to figure it out, and if you can't figure it out, the game doesn't give it to you ever. Like you need to put in the work to figure out how everything happened, and I love that.
The entire you are working through the mystery, and it's just a whole game of, you're given like 99% of the game is just you getting a whole bunch of incomplete partial information, and you have to use logic, like either logical deduction or induction to narrow down your options and figure out the truth, and it's great.
But it creates all these like natural kind of little eureka moments that are different for every player. Like I've talked to a few other people that have played it, and like my eureka moments were completely different than other people's. You're the first person I've talked to that had a tough time with Took Man. Everyone else got him like right away. And so I'm happy someone else had that fucking problem.
There's one character that has a lot of tattoos on him who's supposed to be easy, and somebody was watching the stream and had mentioned that even though he was easy, it took him a while to figure that one out too. I definitely check this game out. If you have an interest in a game like this, I'd say you're doing yourself a disservice by not trying it out. And I may end up doing a video about it. It probably won't be a review. It'll be more like, hey, if you're interested in this game, let me give you like a spoiler-free rundown of what it's about, and then you can decide if it's for you or not. Without like really spoiling anything. So probably will be that.
And when it released, it was the highest rated game of the year before Red Dead released, and now Red Dead's out. So that's the highest rated game.
Fucking Red Dead, man.
Like, I mean, I don't want to downplay.
No, I don't want to downplay it either, but I'm just kind of sick of hearing about it.
The game, the Return of the Obra Dinn, sounds a lot like a noir set in colonial times almost.
It kind of is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think, there hasn't been a good noir game either, which is kind of disappointing.
Are you into noir games, Sandy?
I'm just into noir in general.
You'd probably like this game, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking of checking it out.
It also will run on literally anything, apparently. People have been saying that its rendering technique means that it can run on like computers that are like 15 years old.
Oh, really?
Which is like insane.
That's awesome. That's actually incredible.
Like
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Leave it to Lucas.
It's because it's rendering at a really low resolution.
Yeah, I guess so. Lucas seems like the type to put a lot of work into a lot of care into the way that the game is optimized. I don't know.
I think he started with the rendering engine and then moved on from there.
It kind of seemed that way. Yeah. There's a lot of...
The first post on his TIG source thing was just, look at this cool scene I made of this game I want to make.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it is literally the main menu of the game. It's like the first thing he made.
I think Papers, Please and the games that he put out before, because he put out a game that was basically you were the editor or something, you were working on a fictional like satellite state newspaper or something. Like I never played it, but I think he might have wrote his own engine for that and his own engine for Papers, Please. I might be wrong about that.
I think this game was made in Unity, actually.
Okay.
I think. I'm not certain, though.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you would probably want an engine to start with if you're gonna go for
a 3D game.
If you're making a 3D game, and also one that has such a unique shader and it has such a unique rendering. Yeah, you'd probably want to start with a good base. I would guess. I don't know. I've never developed a 3D game on my own. Anyway, there's our half-hour plug for Return of the Obra Dinn.
It's a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
It is by far the best game I've played all year.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's tough for me because I played Hollow Knight this year. So, and Hollow Knight has so far been probably my favorite. Subnautica as well. Subnautica is probably not my favorite, but it's definitely up there. I had a fantastic time with Subnautica.
I don't remember what else I've played this year, because now it's getting to the end of the year. I've played a lot of games.
Yeah, it'll be.
I did play Steven's Sausage Roll more, but no, it's still not.
Obra
Dinn's better.
It'll be fun to finally kind of reflect back on the year and our favorite. There'll be a lot of games discussion, I'm sure, but even just like favorite things in general, just favorite art that we came across this year.
God, I hope the last episode of Kentucky Route Zero comes out. I've been replaying the games ever since I gushed about it on here, and it's even better playing it through again. Oh my God, so much of the stuff that seemed kind of like just surrealistness, like to be surreal, like for its own sake in the first few acts, are actually like plot relevant now that I know what happens later, which is crazy to me because I thought they were just trying to be like, oh, look at this weird thing happening on the side of the road, but it's like, no, this thing actually has to relate to a whole cohesive world, which is cool as hell. So if the fifth act of Kentucky Route Zero comes out, that might trump Obra Dinn in my list. But
wow,
but yeah,
cool. Go check that out.
Alrighty.
Damn, yeah, we talked about that for a while. I'm glad that we talked about that for longer than Fortnite Academy. I'm happy that Return of the Obra Dinn got
Fortnite Academy at all.
Stop giving it time. Stop giving it time.
Okay, no more. No, it's time to stop. Okay, wow. Yeah. Do we have time for somebody asks a question this week?
Do you have a question?
Fucking
lightning round it.
Lightning round. I wish we had some lightning round questions. Like just a list of like 10 or something.
Unlimited pizza or unlimited ice cream?
Unlimited pizza, I would say, is my gut instinct.
My gut instinct is ice cream.
Really? Why do you say that?
Because I'm not a pizza guy right now.
Debate.
I just haven't. I mean, that's it. I mean, if you want pizza, that sounds good.
Because I feel like I'm gonna find myself in more situations where I'm thinking, man, I could really use a pizza right now, or I'm in a hurry. I didn't make plans for dinner or anything. I just need a pizza right now. Or I'm hanging out with friends who need a pizza. Just give me a pizza right now. I'm gonna be in more situations where having a pizza is practical versus having ice cream. Ice cream is more of a rare treat than pizza.
Yeah, but I've already made my choice, so I'm stuck in my ice cream hell.
Fair enough. If you needed to put forward a practical argument, though, like a bullet point on your
pizza's pretty greasy sometimes.
Sometimes, though, depending on the one you get, though.
Ice cream comes out a bunch of really fun flavors, and
pizza
if you have unlimited ice cream,
you get some fun pizza toppings.
But I mean, I can have like cod flavored ice cream.
Why would you want that, though?
Because it exists, and once I have unlimited ice cream, I'm going to try so much ice cream.
Mount Everest.
Wasabi flavored ice cream.
Why eat it? Because it's there.
Yeah.
Any other lightning round questions?
It's a good question.
What's the last game you stopped
Yeah, that
playing?
was a good question. A last what?
What's the last game I stopped playing?
Yeah.
Like partway through, like fuck this?
Yeah.
I feel like that definitely happened to me this year. What was it? I'm gonna check my Steam library.
Not even that you wanted to continue playing and you just stopped playing, but you made it a point to stop playing the game.
Made it a point to stop playing.
I've got one in mind, but there might be one more recent than it. Let me think.
You should probably start then, because I'm trying to figure it out still.
Okay, because currently I've stopped playing Steven Sausage Roll, but I'm planning on finishing it. I just got to a puzzle I'm stuck on. Actually, it's weird because I just started playing Dragon Quest 11, but the last game I chose to stop playing was Dragon Quest 5, where Dragon Quest 5 has this moment in the game that's really cool, where you like the game starts and you're a kid, and then you grow up and your father was the king or whatever, and you get like torn away from your family or whatever, and then you go through the game, you like have a weird romance option thing. You end up finding the kingdom that you were the prince of, but then were ripped away from, and then you like become the king of that like country, and then you have a child, and then the game starts again, but you're playing as your child, and you inherit everything from your previous character, as well as like some of the animals. Like it was like a Pokemon like collection system, so you like gain his collection of Pokemon. Cool. And I played up until that, and I was like, that was cool. And then I just like lost interest in the game for some reason, even though it was like a cool twist, especially for a game that came out in like the 90s. But
I think I have a.
But yeah, that was the last game I
think I have a definitive answer for this. It's going to be, and I'm disappointed about this. I'm sad that this is my answer, but it's The Witcher 2. I got.
Oh, you know what? Witcher 3 is a more recent example for me.
Yeah. So I tried Witcher 2 because I do want to play Witcher 3. And I figured, well, if I'm gonna play 3, I should probably play 2. And 2 got a lot of praise. People seem to like it a lot, so
yeah, I like it more than 3.
Give it a try. And I got a few hours into it and was like, no, I'm just not really.
Where'd you stop?
Where did I stop?
Yeah, where'd you stop?
I stopped shortly after you save. Geralt saves his friends from getting hanged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so right at the beginning, like
which seems like, I think that's when the world starts to open up more, and you can like explore. It's not.
Well, I mean, kind of, but like Witcher 2 is not really about exploration.
No, but it seemed like you could at least like wander around the town, and like you have some options for things you can do. Yeah. That's
pretty much where the game starts proper. You finish the tutorial.
Exactly. I finished the tutorial and then I quit. Yeah, I just found like the combat was super clunky.
Oh, you're gonna hate Witcher 3.
Oh god. Yeah, it's the combat system I wasn't really a fan of. It just was moving slow, and really like part of this is just I wasn't really in the mood for that kind of game. So I was really, it felt like I was forcing myself to play it, and I don't know, maybe I'll come back to it and I'll be in the mood for that kind of game, and I'll actually get deeper into it. But yeah, just for that moment I was like, I just like thematically, like I'm interested in this kind of, like I'm interested in like the like the Scandinavian like kind of folklore behind this game, and like how that like works itself in, like that's interesting. Yeah. Sandy's shaking his head. Polish, not. Oh yeah, you're right. It's Polish, not Scandinavian. You're right. I'm sorry, I fucked up. I'm interested in the Polish background. Like it's cool that this is like a fantasy game told like through like Polish folklore. I like that. It makes it interesting and kind of unique. But yeah, just not for me right now. Maybe another time.
Yeah, I had a similar thing for Witcher 3, but it was like I played longer than the tutorial. But I played until the first major expansion or the second major expansion of the world map, where like there's sections of the map that you can be in, and then it kind of sends you off to, I think it's like some major city. There's like a smaller like barricade city in Witcher 3, and then there's like an actual city that you go to. I got to the bigger city and I was like, fuck, there's just like so much more of this fucking game. And I already played it for like 25 hours, and I felt like nothing had really changed. Like I was still approaching every combat scenario in the same way. I think I remember
us talking about this. Yeah.
It's, I don't know. Like I see the reason why Witcher 3 got so much praise, but it was just that, I don't know. It didn't spark that want to explore like the like Elder Scrolls games do for me, right? Like Todd Howard just knows how to tickle my fancy, right? And like he whispers into my ears at night. But I think the Elder Scrolls and Fallout franchises, they have a lot of problems, but they do like have that ability. They just nail exploration for some reason, and I don't know why. Well. Like a lot, like almost all the caves in Oblivion look the fucking same.
Exactly.
They were all designed by one man, which is insane.
Or like randomly generated. Even I wonder if some of those feel like they're just generated.
They're not. They're all designed by a single man who was going insane after he had designed 300 fucking dungeons.
Because he's essentially doing the work of a generator at that point.
Yeah, because he's just taking like little like chunks of level and putting them together. That's why you see so much like repeated shit in those dungeons.
Exactly.
No, just one guy designed every dungeon in Oblivion.
That one guy,
crazy.
Steve.
Fucking
I'm so
Steve
sorry,
Dungeon
Steve.
Man. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Steve Buscemi.
But yeah, I don't know. Witcher just didn't instill that in me. It didn't feel like I could explore. It felt like the world was secondary to the story, and the story was good, but I wasn't like in the mood to play a linear story in an open world. Right?
Fair
it felt
enough.
like they didn't need to. That's why I like the second game more. Is that the second game is like every small hub world that you go to supports the story and is in service to the story and the characters. While in Witcher 3, they're in service to an open world game. So there's the main story quests. Those ones are great. But there's a bunch of fucking side content that doesn't matter at all. Right? And a lot of it's funny or has like an interesting little story twist to it, but it doesn't relate to the story of Geraldo. Or his lovely harem of women, right? It's like that's all I care about in Witcher. Apparently, is Geraldo and his harem of women.
I forgot that. I forgot that in the first Witcher, you collect cards. Like every woman you bang in that game, you get a trading card from it.
Yes.
Fantastic. I wonder that probably wouldn't slide if they did that in like The Witcher 3.
I mean, The Witcher 3 has a lot of nudity in it,
huh?
and a lot of sex scenes. Like there are so many sex scenes in The Witcher 3, and they just start getting gratuitous.
Yeah,
like,
but I
there's
mean,
one on a horse.
What's this game called? Witcher 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
Sandy's like feverishly writing something down. It's kind of crazy.
I know that. Obviously, The Witcher 2 and 3, like there are sexual themes in the games, obviously, but yeah, just the way that in the first game having those trading cards, like that's like I can see a lot of people looking at that and seeing that as like, oh, that is straight up
very bad.
That is very bad. That is objectifying women to the nth degree. There it is. And a lot of people like having a problem with that.
And not even like a good object.
It's a trading card.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's different from just like, oh, it's a sex scene. There it is. Yep, it's them. I have one more question for lightning round, and then I think we'll end things off, because this came to me just now. You were talking about how The Witcher wasn't a game that like really an open world game that hooked you and made you want to explore it. What is just a video game? It doesn't have to be open world. Just any video game. The last one that really fucking hooked you and just like you couldn't put it down. This will be interesting for Sandy as well, seeing as Sandy does not play many video games.
It's going to be Splinter Cell: The Dark Project.
Splinter Cell: Chaos Theory.
Chaos Theory. That's it.
Splinter Cell: The Dark Project.
That's Thief. I'm sorry.
Can somebody Photoshop that? Can we get a Photoshop
Splinter Cell: The Dark Project?
Yeah,
Splinter Cell with a bow and arrow.
Mash up those two game covers.
Yeah, Garrett's hood, but like Sam Fisher's goggles.
It's not Garrett though. Is that
who's Sam Fisher? I thought his name is Splinter Cell. I wanted to hang out with my best friend Splinter Cell.
Who's the main character in the original Thief games though? It's not. Their name's not Geralt.
No, it's not Garrett.
Oh, Garrett. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Garrett. Okay, I thought you said
the thing you used to choke people
again.
How do I know this and you don't?
Yeah, that's hilarious, actually.
I thought you said Garrow, which I knew would have been wrong.
It's Garrett.
What's a game that I really liked?
Mine is easy. It's Metal Gear Solid 5.
Fair.
You still playing it?
No, not right. I don't have.
I guess you're pretty fucking busy right now.
Yeah. But I'll go back to it.
Yeah, when the semester's over.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's been a while. I can't actually think of one that's really. I think Obra Dinn was the closest one. Like Obra Dinn, we completed in like 3 nights, and it was like really on my mind. But
yeah, Obra Dinn was kind of that for me.
Because like beyond that,
when I finished the Obra Dinn, like my last session with that game was, I'll play it for like another like 40 minutes and then I'll get to it tomorrow. And then that 40 minutes turned into 3 hours and I finished the game.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's a specific. I think it's a specific moment when you get just past the halfway point that suddenly it becomes this like waterfall of, oh wait, this all connects to this, that connects to this, connects to this.
I came up with a term for them. They were truth cascades is what I was referring to them as.
Cascades, that's good.
Yeah. TM. Gonna copyright that, file trademark on.
But yeah, beyond that, like this is kind of a joke now, but it like for a while there, it was like RuneScape. Like I was actually really into playing RuneScape for a while, and it was weird. It was like I stopped now. I never actually completed that. I wanted to complete the Dragon Slayer quest, but I just kind of fell off it. But like I don't know. I haven't had a lot of time to really kind of sink into a game for a long time. It's one of the reasons I actually bought Dragon Quest XI is because I heard it works really well as a game that you play in like 1 hour increments. That like it doesn't work as well if you play it for really long stretches of time. It's better as like a right before bed type game where you just kind of use it to relax. And so I was like, I can use that, because beyond that I play like a bunch of roguelikes. Like I play the Splunky Daily and stuff like that. But all of those things are pretty stressful experiences.
Yeah.
So yeah. But now that I have a TV that I can like play games on, I don't know, like Red Dead is calling out to me. I feel like I should buy that game.
Yeah.
And I really want to play God of War, and I'm sure all these games are going to be great, but I realize I haven't played like a AAA game in like 3 years.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the last AAA game I played was.
Yeah.
I don't actually
Well, not 3.
know.
Wait, no, I played Monster Hunter.
Well, I guess it would probably be something like I don't know, like Odyssey or something. I guess Odyssey would be a AAA game.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I played like Nintendo's games, but I don't know. It just doesn't. I haven't played like a big blockbuster title in a long time.
Like
right?
because like a game like Red Dead is kind of, it's the zeitgeist right now.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be the greatest selling game of all time, the fastest selling piece of media of all time, it's gonna be the highest rated.
Gonna be all that anybody fucking talks about for like the next 3 weeks or so, and probably beyond that.
It's the Big Kahuna Burger.
It's the Big Kahuna Burger. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the Big Kahuna Burger.
Did you just say Bread Dead?
That's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. Anyways, I actually have to go because I have a meeting with another Moloch.
Oh,
so
shit. Okay. Let's wrap up now then. I'll quickly say my answer, which is probably Subnautica. Before that, it was probably Hollow Knight. Cool. But yeah, Subnautica, it's strange how just another, like, here's just another fucking survival crafting, used to be an early access sim. And like there were a lot of shitty ones of those. But this was just a really good one of those, and like tapped into, like captured an experience that I don't think any other game is right now. Like I don't think there's any other game that really captures that, like exploring the ocean as well as Subnautica like nails it. And yeah, there was like a good stretch of time, like a good like week or so, where I just was playing so much of that fucking game and was loving it, and was loving the exploring that world and going deeper into it. Anyway, Logan has to go.
Just minor thing. Yeah. Apparently, like No Man's Sky is trying to become Subnautica now as well.
Yeah, there was an update. Apparently I saw they added.
Yeah. Apparently,
you can go into the ocean
play
now.
That game. It looks really cool now. Like, it seems like they've fixed everything, and everyone's saying it's a great game now. And
which is great. Like it is really cool that they've done that. If I was working at that studio, I'd be like, "Fuck this!" I would have taken the L and just moved on. But they did good by everyone. They seem to have made a good, or at least decent game.
Yeah, no, it looks wild. I was looking at screenshots of it. It looks beautiful. Honestly,
it looks good. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. It's actually crazy that they took the time and did that. Yeah.
Anyways, yes. So
it is time for Logan to leave, which means it's time for us to leave also.
I'm sorry, everybody.
You've let us down again. I can't believe it.
I've got a meeting with DM Moloch.
Okay.
And we've got to talk about things.
Sounds good. All right. That'll do it for us. I don't have a soul in mind right now. I'll feed it into the mixer next time we record this. Well, I'll add it in post. If you're the audience, you can hear it. We can't. We can't hear the sweet, succulent jazz music.
I've been listening to it the entire podcast.
Have you? Is that for real?
Yeah, I've actually had it on the entire time.
Fantastic. I'll do that next time for myself. All right. Thank you very much for listening. This has been episode number 33 of Quizzicast. Hope you had a great time. Hope you found some good gaming discussion. Got some good recommendations. Hope you learned something about Fortnite. If you
remember to like, comment, subscribe. You can find us on Twitter at Quizzicast, Quizzical Pixel, at Quizzicast_Quizzical Pixel,
that's the one. It looks exactly
pixels.
Like that. Yep.
You can also find us on Twitch TV / Quizzical Pixel and
find my
YouTube.com / Quizzical Pixel and
find
Instagram
my Udemy course.
Quizzical Pixel. You can also find us on Mixer at mixer.com / Quizzical Pixel. And
all those social media accounts put us in the top 1% of all gaming channels.
I was gonna say, look up our Udemy course on how to make video essays. Go check that out. $205. Yep.
Like all my tweets, retweet all my tweets, please. Do that whenever you can.
Hit the bell icon.
And then unretweet them and then retweet them again, please.
Yep. From a different account. Do it all over again from the second account.
Exactly. Please also send me nice messages on the Discord. I don't usually come here, but hey, I'll read them maybe. Just say Logan's real cool. I'd love that.
Check out the links I post to, mostly garbage.
It's a bunch of like full albums that I haven't gotten around to listening to yet, but I probably will at some point. I mean, you post them there. I assume you post so that maybe somebody will listen to them.
Also, it's not like I wanted to answer the questions I asked or anything, but Pizza and Batman, all the Arkhams.
You should have jumped in and given your answer.
It's cool, whatever. I need to take a shit now, so can we just end this?
Remember, you can find me down at the local supermarket. I mean, all the samples.
It's not like I want to give my answers to the questions we asked. Fuck you guys, all right.
Yeah, it's really getting to me now. Thank you for listening to the Quizzicast. I've been Sandy, along with Matt and Logan. I don't remember the made-up last names we used.
It doesn't matter. They were bad.
34.
Mine was
33.
bad.
33, right?
Yep.
33. Episode 68 of the Quizzicast.
Okay,
See you
bye.
next week, episode 34, where we go back to Fortnite.
No.